Hi, everybody. It's the Film Optimist here, and today I'm talking about Happy Feet 2, motherfucker. Um, I touched on a little bit with Disney, uh, shit, animated films in general. Um, Animated sequels also get a really bad rep, um, as being either they don't bring anything new to the table. They're just cash grabs, like, oh man, people, when I was a kid, man, I was like, man, I hope this movie gets a sequel, even if it didn't really justifiably need one. And now that I'm older, I see sequels for what they are. If it's unwarranted, what's the point? We got the story of Happy Feet. We had fun with it. Good soundtrack. Um, everything was really cool about it. So why do we need a second one? Why do we need a second one? Um, and we really don't. Not to say that it's a bad movie. It's just not the first one. It's really hard to follow the first act, um, unless the first act is really shitty, which Happy Feet is not. So Happy Feet 2 was like kind of like, okay, I guess, and it came out how many years after? It came out like fucking like maybe almost 10 years after 2011. Yeah, so 5 years after the last one. It's like we really didn't need it. Um, Ava Acres. Um, so this one starts out, and Mumble and Gloria have made their own child named Eric, um, voiced by Ava Acres. Um, don't know who that is. Little actress. She played young Regina in Once Upon a Time. Okay, cool. Singing by E.G. Daily. Um, Elijah Wood returns. Sadly, Brittany Murphy passed away at this time. At this point, at this time, and was replaced by Pink. Stories differ on what really happened there. Was it because of her death that Pink was casted? Other reports say no, Pink was casted way before because Brittany Murphy had other things going on. But I thought Pink was okay, but I really don't like recast. And Pink. Listen to Pink talk versus Brittany Murphy. Different. It's you can hear the difference. Um, but they're all right. Hank Azaria's in this as the Mighty Sven. Robin Williams returns as Ramon, and what's it? The other one as Lovelace. Doesn't show it up here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Um, Sofia Vergara is Carmen. Alicia Moore. Come on now, it's Pink. And a bunch of other characters. There's also like a co-story going on with Will the Krill and Bill the Krill. Like these little kill these little krill that are trying to get somewhere, and it's they're voiced by Brad Pitt and Matt Damon. Really big actors for such like a really like weird role. Like it's a completely different side. It takes away from the story. It doesn't hurt the story, but it's just like, okay, what the fuck are we watching here? It's like Brad Pitt's, I think it's Bill, is having like an existential crisis. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, why are we all together? Why are we with each other? Let's go away. And then Will the Krill, I already said their names, so fuck, it's too much. Will is the adventurous one, voiced by Brad Pitt. Matt Damon's like, no, we can't go away from the swarm. And then all of these things they set in motion to like converge at this penultimate time, the very last like finale. And Eric hasn't sung yet, and at this point, no one really cares about singing and dancing. But it's like, can he do anything? Can he do Eric can't do anything. He can't sing. He can't. And he's like, man, like, I really hope he's not like the freak that I was. I want something different for him. But then he becomes his dad. Um, Mumble become, and uh that's something I hate about. It's a trope that I hate about like animated movies and movies in general, where the child becomes the parent from the first film. It's the same character as a Mumble, voiced by Elijah Wood, but he's acting like Memphis, like son, you gotta stop, you gotta do that, and he's like being a real dick. If anything, he's more of a dick than Memphis was. Like Memphis felt bad, the guilt came out, but now Mumble was like taking his own insecurities and placing them on his son, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? At one point they all get stuck in this fucking like big ass crater, and Eric goes off to go. Like he leaves at first because he's like, I'm running away from home, and then Mumble goes to try to get him, and then they go back, and oh, there's a crater, and he kind of blames his son. It's like you fucking got our family stuck in here. And then he's like, I'm sorry, son. It's like, oh, and then he runs away again. A bunch of other shit happens. Um, a bunch of lies and deceit and a bunch of there's weird shit in this movie. Like so much shit that's piled on. It's like very unnecessary. Which is what makes the first movie so good. It's like it's very, especially compared to this one, very simplistic. Happy Feet 2 doesn't need, or Happy Feet didn't need all this shit. Happy Feet 2 is like, man, we need to up the ante by throwing all this shit together. I'm saying shit a lot. It's not a shit movie. It's just a lot of shit. Um, and there's like this thing with seals, like is it elephant seals? And they're like leopard seals, and they're kind of there's elephant seals and leopard seals, and like they get into a lot of things because they're like natural predators for penguins. They have to kind of get along, and Eric breaks out into in an orchestratic singing. That's his talent. It's orchestra. He's like, oh, and like it's really cute. Um, Very unnecessary sequel. Again, not bad, but I think I said all there is to say about this one. I mean, nothing crazy happens in it except like they all get stuck in a crater, and then they have to kind of like, oh, we got to get the aliens back, and humans show up again, and then they save the penguins. But that's it. It's not as exciting as the first one. The first one like really gets you. The soundtrack is better than the first one. It's not bad in this one per se, but it's just like again, the first one's better. And that's the problem you face like with sequels, and you're gonna always compare it to the first one and see like okay, what's different, what's better, what could they have changed, what could they have done differently, and it's a hard thing for sequels to get over. It's even with the 5 year gap. It's like Happy Feet's not that old, so when you make a sequel, it's like shit. Well, and then even when you like have a sequel, you could have a fucking 10 years later. People are still gonna watch that first one to refresh themselves. You better believe it, and then, or they already like have it on a pedestal in their mind, and they see this sequel, and they're like, oh, um, that's why the reception wasn't that good. But Happy Feet 2, it's fine. Like I said, it's fine. If you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it. It's not too terrible. Um, oh shit! Did she request the first one? Hey, yeah, she didn't request the first one because I watched that way before I was accepting requests. Thanks go to my cousin Natalie Titus. She requested this movie. Um, wow, I forgot all about that. Thank you very much. And tell me what you guys thought about this movie. Tell me what you guys think about Pink. She's a cool singer. Um, you all take care.